Hey guys, Artosis here, and welcome back to the CNSL Season 6. We are in the finals. This is our final match. It is a best of 7 between Beast up here at 12 o'clock, and on the left-hand side, we have YSC. This is really exciting, right? This tournament's been going on for a while. I hope that you guys have enjoyed it. Certainly seems like you all have. Definitely one of my favorite tournaments that I do on this channel. In fact, it was the first tournament that I ever casted for ArtosisCasts. It was part of what really spurred me on to make the channel, is I just had access to such a great tournament to cast. So big shout out to CasterMuse as well. You can check out his links in the description below on any of these CNSL videos. So much love to CasterMuse for putting these on. And of course, the players for playing in it. It's had a lot of wildly awesome games, this tournament. And of course, as this tournament ends, we'll have some other tournaments and show matches and things like that we'll be getting into. And those should be fantastic as well. Now, yeah, it's just a best of 7, so maximum 7 more games. I'm actually going to be kind of sad to end the tournament, to be honest. I really enjoy this type of format overall, the kind of like ASL format that it runs by. It's nostalgic. It feels like a pretty good format overall, and you just get so many high-quality games from these pros. But yeah, once again, thank you guys, and you know, leaving a like, leaving a comment, subscribing to the channel, those things all help a lot, so appreciate you. Now, we're on Sylphid here for game number 1, and without any sort of scout, YSC simply goes for a Nexus first. So it can be a little bit risky, right? But if you get away with it, you're ahead against everything. And that's what we have here from YSC. He's going to get away with it. It's a hatchery first that he's playing against. And so there's no timing at all here for his opponent to really do anything against him. And in fact, he's even going to be able to throw down that gateway very, very quickly. So fantastic opening here by YSC, which I'm happy to see, because Beast played so well against Motive, it kind of scares me about how strong his Zerg vs Protoss really is. And YSC I don't think of as a PvZ specialist in any way. You know, maybe more of a Terran killer, but it's not that his PvZ is bad. I've definitely seen some excellent Protoss vs Zerg games out of YSC in some of these other tournaments, like the KCM Race Survival, things like that. Anyways, we have the probe going over here, and he will find Beast's third base location. It's over here at 3 o'clock on that high ground spot. These are actually, these bases are the only high ground bases that there are on the map. But this is kind of funny, actually. It's so far away, and it looks like he's just going to go ahead and cannon rush it. And I don't think that this is stoppable. This is actually pretty damn brilliant, honestly. There's a drone coming, so as long as he pylon walls this, the drone can't actually get in. So he's going to have to try to utilize, like, Sunkens here. Okay, so the drone will start to come around. You got to make a pylon here. Or just fight it, I guess. But I feel like you make a pylon so that you can make a second cannon with this. I wonder, right? Because it's... Okay, he actually forces the cancel there. That's kind of gigantic. I think he... Oh, that was actually second cannon. My bad. I thought I thought that this would actually be a pylon to just kind of wall it in. But that is such a good move from YSC. Without a doubt, he has the advantage here, right? Nexus first plus canceling that third base with a single cannon and a single pylon with the scouting probe, which is still alive and then goes back to scout more and sees the layer. Dude, YSC is killing it this game. Absolutely killing it. What a tough opener here for Beast. Definitely going to be a test for him on how he wants to try to fight back here. Does he just, like, go all in? You know, that's something that Zerg players think about a lot, is, like, at what point of damage do we just flip the switch and go completely all in? I mean, it's important for all races, but I feel like Zerg has to almost be the most decisive, because hurting their economy at all early on is more impactful as they use less workers. And the workers, you know, obviously, like, workers and units are made out of the same thing, the larva, right? So you can't just scale up linearly like you do with the other races. Anyways, Zealot did walk up here and has forced at least, like, a few units. Gonna just chill behind this mineral patch, ready to attack anything that comes in. Of course, Beast retook a third base here at the mineral only. Maybe it would have been safer to start there, but a Spire coming up, and he is getting a second gas. I'm going to be honest, this looks like a Mutalisk play right now to me. Oh, I love this. So drones have slightly longer range than Zealots. So he just utilizes that to get the hits off. Zealot starts to come out, and now he's decided, you know what, we're going to try to kill this. This is such an efficient Zealot, though. My God. He kills 4 Zerglings. Absolutely fantastic. Now, the second gas is up. The hatchery on the way, that macro hatchery. And I think as YSC, you're looking at this and you're saying, I think this is Mutalisk. Because I think it's Mutalisk. What he's scouted screams Mutalisk. You know, it feels like YSC is well ahead, so maybe the risk into Mutas is a good one. And we're going to see about that momentarily. Like, so much gas is being mined, though. Most Mutalisk plays don't open up with a second gas anymore. It's a little bit predictable that it's coming, or at least it was for a while. And they get hidden really well if you don't get that second gas quickly. And, you know, we'll see if that, like, impacts us at all. But you can see that, well, he's setting up an anti-Mutalisk photon cannon here. I believe that, yeah, that reaches to there. So that's actually very well placed. So you can't just sit Scourge over the Stargate looking for a kill. Second photon cannon in that mineral line. Of course, he's got one here. This one Corsair flying around. And, yeah, there are 5 Mutas on the way. And double Hydralisk Den. Wow. And this is purposeful, by the way. This is so he can get range and speed at the same time. So I think what we're going to see here is the Mutalisks are going to be roaming about a little bit and forcing the Corsairs back. And he's going to assume that Psystorm's going to be a little bit late. So he's going to get speed and range immediately, mass up Hydras, and just go all in. So this is an all-in, right? He got those double gases, but it was a trick. Really great mind games out of Beast so far. I don't know if this is going to work, but I really like the idea, right? Like, you show the second gas, you immediately show Mutas, so you're like, yeah, this is what I'm doing. So look at this. It's like 2 photon cannons in there. He makes the second gateway here. This is just so he can make an Archon easily. Massing up Corsairs non-stop. The Templar Archives is started, and he is getting more gateways. So, like, there's a possibility he can defend anything coming up for sure. But yeah, the Muta's going to continue to make themselves known. He's got 5. That's the right amount for sniping probes. But just keeping the Corsairs back makes it so that nothing can scout, right? Like, he's got all these Lings, and then he's got these to hold back Corsairs. Like, the Corsairs just have to be on defense, which is allowing him to mass up those Hydras. So when speed and range are done, if he comes across the map, it's going to be a little bit rough. Now, he does have some Overlords kind of coming over, which is important because there is a DT about to pop out. And Dark Templars could ruin a rush like this if you don't have any detection. And the DT looks like it just wants to slip around. A lot of Hydras coming across the map right now. I think it did see those Hydras walking up. Yeah. All right. And there is an Overlord coming. So that's a little bit rough. Not a lot of cannons at the front. Only a couple there. Of course, as the Lings run in, they will start getting hit by those other cannons as well. Looks like he's going to send these out to dive upon an Overlord. And look at this. The Hydras are breaking through reasonably well. He can't quite get the Overlords. In fact, there's 2 here, and he's going to end up losing the Corsairs. God, he loses like 3 Corsairs there, doing basically nothing. Comes back, tries to hit those Mutalisks a little bit, but really he just needs these cannons to finish to have any sort of chance here. Looks like the wall is going to be absolutely demolished, and now the Hydra's starting to run in. 4 cannons attacking at the same time. DT and Zealot walking up to take some damage and deal some damage there as well. So does kind of hold it for now. Not a lot of drones for our Zerg player. He definitely needs this to work. And look at that. He is starting to break through. The Dark Templar goes up to fight, gets knocked out. We have finally a Psystorm, but it's like right at the end here and can't get as much as he was looking for. The probes having to come out to fight. A couple cannons remain, but it seems like those should be picked off pretty quickly here. Oh god, another High Templar is out, but we're still like 20 seconds out from having Psystorm energy. Another drill there of the probes. He's trying to fight these Hydras. The last cannon warps in and does get picked off. But right now, there is a DT across the map killing drones. Oh my god, 13 kills we missed during this bust. And so did Beast. So it's 23 workers against 10. Absolutely devastated economy. In fact, he gets another one there, so it's 9 drones only. But he's playing against effectively 1 base Protoss. An insanely good Psystorm goes down. He morphs an Archon. That Archon should not be able to finish. Some slow, very slow Zealots walk up to try to hit these. You know what? An Overlord being here is so big. And in fact, more Overlords coming because Beast knows that DTs are about it. The only unit that can pop out and change the course of a battle that quickly is the Dark Templar. He runs up, gets the attacks off, but unfortunately trades out the Dark Templars for only 2 Hydras. These Zealots, having no legs, have no chance as well. Walks up and gets picked off very quickly. High Templars being made. That's not going to be enough. YSC trying to make something happen. He knows that there's no economy for Beast. But can he ever actually hold on against this? Like, these cannons, that's not enough against this many Hydras. And there's more Hydras on the way as well. Another DT coming out here. But, oh, Beast very smartly splitting the Overlords, making sure he has detection all around. Oh, man. What a knife's edge this game is being played out on. But I honestly don't think there's any way here. Like, if he had a battery of cannons, like if he had 4 cannons here, I'd be like, okay, that's doable. But look at this. He's going to dive in on it, gets rid of this 1 cannon, and now you can't mine gas. And now he can kill this gateway, these pylons, the Cybernetics core, the Forge, right? Like, he needed to have some actual defense here. If he could have staved these off, 9 drones isn't going to keep you for very long, right? Every unit you kill is permanent. And GG! Beast takes game number 1. All right, so we are getting right into game number 2 here. That first one was pretty fast. And I wanted to start, you know, normally when I jump into another game, we go like a minute in or so. But here we're starting right at the beginning because I did want to show this off. You know, you have this stack of hallucinated minerals. And this is basically, like if you know fastest map, right? They're right next to the hatchery or the nexus or whatever, so that you can instantly mine from them and just do, like, get an insane economy right off the bat. They are hallucinated because they are going to disappear at like 57 seconds, I believe it is. Maybe it's 56 seconds. But yeah, they are going to go away, so you only get them for a little bit. There's also some other areas you can see here. There's some hallucinated minerals, and that allows you to hop a probe over if you want to expand very quickly, or a drone over if you want to expand. Here, Beast has just gone for taking those minerals, hasn't decided to hop anything over, and YSC the same, not deciding to hop anything over here. Once those disappear, by the way, you have to get a shuttle to get in here. Because basically what happens if we're taking a look here, right? These are all hallucinated patches, and there's an egg here. So you just right-click the worker onto there, then you hit like stop or move, and the egg glitches because you have the probe or the drone or the SCV on top of it, and then you just right-click here, and because you can't stand anywhere in here, it's very easy to get it over. It's a very easy trick, but when those disappear, if you try that, you just get stuck in this area. And I know that looks big, but it's not. You can't stand there. So trust me. Okay, so those mineral patches are gone. These are now island expansions, right? Now, if you go down your ramp to expand, you do have a bunch of mineral patches, but there is no gas here. This is very impactful for Protoss because you need as much gas as possible. So you see YSC right now is doing a 1-base build. And I believe what we'll see here is a very quick shuttle, because nothing else makes sense. You know, you can use a Zealot. This is a very thin ramp. You can't walk big units up here. A Hydralisk can fit up this ramp. A Zealot can fit up this ramp. A Dragoon cannot. Okay. And a Lurker cannot. Ultralisk can't. You know, obviously Reaver can't. Stuff like that. So yeah, you can hold it very easily. Single file Zealot against Zerglings. You're going to be fine. And yeah, anyways, my guess is it should be a quick robo. Maybe go ahead and drop a probe off. Maybe go for a Reaver drop type of thing. You don't have a lot of gas here, right? And that's like the important thing to think about on this map. If you expand like this, is like how do we actually secure a second gas? Because 1 gas does not get you very far. Although it's more okay for Zerg than it is for Protoss in this matchup. Now the probe gets up here and sees a very, very, very fast layer. That layer, I would imagine, is just going to be for drop. So, again, he can take a base, right? Because the only gas bases you can walk to are the other main bases. Everything else is an island. So you do definitely have to get those drops very quickly. Robotics on the way here for YSC. Single Zealot at the ramp. Looks like he's going to get a Dragoon as well. And a few lings out. He is getting Zergling speed, which is kind of interesting. Maybe because he isn't exactly sure what's going on here. Like, he doesn't know. This could be, you know, this could be 4-gate speed. Who, you know, there could be a lot of things that are going on for YSC. So I kind of understand getting the Zergling speed. He is spreading out his lings for a lot of scouting right now. The Overlord's checking various locations as well. Puts the probe behind here, by the way, because the probe can shoot over a Zealot. It does have that additional range. Which can make a big difference. Oh, he actually made a few more Zerglings and a Spire? 1 gas Spire. Well, like I was talking about in that first game, that's actually pretty common as you start out your Spire on 1 gas. But him getting it here, I think this is a counter to a quick shuttle, basically, right? If your opponent is going for, like, what I suggested, which was specifically to drop a probe off here and maybe go Reaver drop, well, I mean, 3 mutas destroys that, right? Like, absolutely destroys it. So, yeah, maybe that is the play. Now, drops a Dragoon out here. And, I mean, as soon as you see the Dragoon, you know that the shuttle is out. A few more Zealots have been fielded, and we have the Reaver on the way. So, it should be a quick Reaver drop. Yeah, this is, like, the quickest Spire, too, by the way. This is insanely, insanely quick. This is, like, a Zerg vs. Terran Spire. So, that will be finishing up. And, you know, I have a bad feeling. I have a bad feeling about this game for YSC. This is one you could get frustrated on, I think. You know, you're kind of assuming your opponent might do like a macro play. You know, Hydras don't cost a lot of gas, so that could be a good play. And your Reaver should be able to do reasonably against all that. Oh, nice. Kind of keeps that blocked. But, yeah, in this case, the 1 Dragoon is not going to make a dent against the mutas being made. Look at this. 4 Scourge as well as 4 mutas coming out. So he can just instantly Scourge the shuttle, target down the Reaver with the mutas, and that's gonna be it, man. Well, okay, GG. Beast leads 2-0.